Even like his family, I would say that I'm very much like doing all the shit that people don't think you should do, like good or bad. Like I very much do what I feel, very much independent. Yeah, and when I see my vision and clear, very outspoken, and his family wasn't used to that. Like I'm gonna speak up. Like you know what I mean? They weren't used to somebody like talking back or expressing their opinion in that way. Because to them that was disrespectful, and for me, I'm like, old school. They're very old school.
Respect your elders type stuff. But they wasn't respecting her, so that's where it was like some
good two-way street.
Man. Just on that, I'm not gonna say they weren't respecting her. Like in general, they were disrespecting her where she was coming from.
Yeah. They just weren't open to see. I was like, just be open to the thought of like where I'm coming from. And they were just very close-minded about that. And that just really hurt me. And so the
world's changing, man.
Yeah.
Like women, they run the world.
Yeah. They do.
Pretty much.
So how did...
What's up, everybody? I'm Alec.
I'm Jeremy.
And this is another episode of Ode to Black Love podcast. Before we get started, y'all know we have our housekeeping. Make sure you are liking, following, and subscribing to us on all social media platforms. That's at Ode to Black Love podcast on Instagram and TikTok, and then Ode to Black Love podcast on YouTube and Facebook. Also, make sure you head over to our website to buy any merch. We do have 2 shirts available for sale. And then soon we will have these sweatshirts that we'll be doing pre-orders for. But right now, head over to the website if you want to purchase any merch. Now that that's out the way, y'all, that is always a mouthful for me. I just want y'all to know it. But anyway, now that that's out the way, we have some special guests with us today. We got the Turners who are sitting on our couch today.
What's happening?
How y'all doing? Looking good.
Favorite.
I know that's right.
I want to hear that.
Well, yeah, y'all look picture ready. Y'all, I love y'all here, Kelsey.
Just got the fresh cut. Fresh cut.
Yeah.
Fresh retwist.
We're taking family photos after this today.
Oh, I can't wait to see them.
Yes,
we need to get on ours. Yeah.
We're 2 years overdue.
Definitely.
Last one was like, it was like, what, 4 months when we took like professional ones.
Yeah.
So, that's good though. At least y'all getting some now.
Yeah.
He's still younger.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Come on, holla. Ask your question.
Anyway, I guess we'll hop right into it, man. Who hollered at who?
I hollered at her. So, me and my friends went through a party in Norman. There was no black women at the party. Like, there's nothing wrong with white women, but there wasn't any black women at the party. So that was just something that was glaring to me. It was just, I was just waiting on them to
So were your friends white? Like, why weren't there any other black people?
It was
they
actually
just didn't show up yet.
Oh, okay.
You know, black people
it was late.
What kind of party? What kind of party? Like
it was just
it was a mixed party. I know going to parties when we was in college, you be like back. It's either black party. Or
it was a college party. It was a college party.
Okay.
It was out in Norman.
It was at a house?
Yeah.
It was an apartment.
Oh, okay. So it was a kickback.
It was in the Aspen? Whatever it was called.
I would want to say it was Aspen or Varsity House. It was one or the other.
Yeah.
But, yeah, nobody didn't show up, and I was getting worried because I invited, like, a bunch of my friends to come, and they didn't show up. So, the first black girls to show up was her and her friend, and, I don't know, she caught my eye. So.
Yeah. I'll set the scene from where I was coming from.
Okay.
So I didn't, like, prior to his party, I'd never met him. I'd never seen him, like, knew nothing about him. My friend at the time, she knows one of his friends, and she saw, like, on Snapchat that, like, there was a party at Norman. And, like, we would go to Norman, like, every so often. We were, like, chilling in my dorm. She's like, you want to go? I was like, fuck it, let's go. So we got dressed and we were going to the party. I was going to the party to see somebody else.
Ooh, another man.
Okay. And my friend was going to the party to see another man.
Okay.
So when we got there, I walk in and he's there. And like I see this girl. He was hosting the party, so he was greeting everybody when they were coming in and stuff. And my friend like says hi to him, and I see this girl from high school, so I'm talking to her. And then he introduces himself. He's like, "Hi, my name is Roosevelt," and I'm like,
She thought I was capping.
I thought he was lying. I never met anybody with this name. I was literally like, show me your ID. Like, I'm somebody. I'm like capping. I was like, let me see some identification.
Yeah. Did you like the name?
These dudes be like, yeah, I like the name. I was just like,
she didn't believe it.
I just didn't.
Roosevelt.
I was like, these niggas be lying. They just coming up with anything. Like, that's really what I thought. I'm like,
really, Roosevelt.
You really gonna go that far?
Right. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he introduced himself, and then it was kind of funny because once me and my friend got there, the party kind of started to get packed. After that,
Black people started to come.
Yeah, it started to turn up.
Yes.
Once the party showed up.
Yes.
And yeah,
it was getting there. The party was getting lit. Like,
yeah,
you know.
So Kelsey, did you ever see the dude you came to see?
So I did. As the party goes on, me and Roosevelt are kind of like looking at each other across the room, making eye contact. He's like telling me to come here, and I'm like, no, nigga, you come here. So we're just kind of like flirting across the room and stuff like that. And he asked me to dance on him. And I think I told you no. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like, because girls were twerking and stuff. He was like, go ahead and dance on me. I was like, no, I don't know you. Like, okay. I don't know you like that. I just don't know you like that. And I think, like, so much stuff was happening. Me and my friend had left at one point to go to a different party across the street. Okay. We came back. And then at one point, I don't know what point you asked me for my number and stuff.
I think it was outside when it was like a fight broke out.
A fight broke out. Yeah. So everybody's outside. He comes up next to me and he's holding my hand. All on me. We watching these people fight.
He sliding in there quick.
Not y'all holding hands while y'all watch people fight?
Right. He was like,
so romantic.
It was cool. But it was funny because I was like, as he was doing, I was like, this doesn't feel creepy. Like, he didn't give me weird vibes.
Yeah, it felt natural.
I let him hold my hand. Mm-hmm. Like, it was cool.
I do have a confession though.
Yes, tell your part.
Before she got there, I did make out with somebody else.
Was it like a girl you had been talking to?
Actually, no. She was she was from high school. Mm-hmm. We had like seen each other passing, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It was just a wild night, man.
Yeah. Sound fun.
We were very much just like single.
Yeah.
Just happened to meet.
Yeah.
So you didn't even know her before then?
I never seen him in his life. But we have all the same mutual friends. That was the thing. Like, we had so many mutual friends. Like, my best friend that I came with at the time to the party knew one of his really good friends. But we never knew each other. No. Like, ever. Because I grew up in Moore and he grew up on the north side.
Gotcha. So two
I'm going either to the south side, the Midwest City, east side. Like, I never went to the north side, so I didn't know anybody from that side of town.
Right.
And Norman was just a mutual place, so that made sense.
Yeah.
So,
and then after we watched the fight, at some point, that's how I knew he was different. Okay, so he was like, asked me for his number. Mind you, his phone was like so busted. And I was like, you need a new phone.
I had an iPhone 4 at the time.
Yes. And he worked at T-Mobile, and I was like, you need to get a new phone since you work there. Yeah. But he asked me, he was like, I want to take you out on a date. And I was like, you want to take me out on a date?
I want to take it to brunch. I took it to brunch.
Yeah. Yes. So how old were y'all at this time? Like, what year in college were y'all?
I want to say I had just turned 21 because it was like February. I want to say it was Valentine's Day weekend.
Yes, that's when we met. Valentine's Day weekend.
Okay.
Yes, he was 21 and I was 19.
Okay.
Yes. So he asked me for my number. He said he wanted to take me on a date. I was like, oh my God, no man, just first impression, just want to take me out.
No, I told her I wanted to take her to brunch.
Yes.
That's what got
specific.
I knew
specific. I was like, brunch date.
Right.
You gotta know what to say.
Right. Okay. So when did y'all end up going to brunch?
Well, let me tell you a funny thing that happened at the party, though.
Okay.
So the party was getting too crazy, and they kicked everybody out the party. And so me and my friend, not knowing anybody really at the party, we leave. And then my friend Ariel does my nails. Ariel Nails, check her out. Hey. She was like, hey, come back inside. Like, they didn't mean to kick y'all out. And we were like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't know these people. So we go back inside. I see the person that I came to see. Okay. And we're talking a little bit, but he is not really, like, letting anything happen with that. He is still on me, like, too late, nigga, like, sorry. Yeah. So at that point, like, him and his friend walked me and my friend, like, out to our car. And my friend kisses his friend. And mind you...
okay.
they ain't ever like hung out like that.
Yeah.
And then so he goes,
it's a wild night.
So he goes
like a college night
to try to kiss me, and I was like, I don't know you. We ain't never met.
Hey, I saw my friend do it. I thought I was gonna be able to get some too.
So he got the pie.
Got the peer pressure is going.
Right, and then I told my friends like, we don't do that.
Look, he was like,
the car gave up.
Right, I was like, we're not doing that again. Okay, we don't know these things like that. All right, I'm sorry. So
night.
And then he was like, that's how I knew you was wife, because you didn't just let me kiss you like that. And I was like, I know.
Yeah, tell what happened after that though.
Okay. But then
he didn't get a kiss at that moment.
He didn't get a kiss that night. So I get back to my dorm, and the dude that I had came to see.
Okay.
And he was also friends with the guy that he knew.
Okay.
And that my friend had kissed. They had linked up and came to my dorm.
Okay.
So at OCU, I stayed in a building that it was like a really big apartment. Yeah. It was like 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 balconies, huge living room. It was really nice. So they came over, we were kicking it and stuff, and like, okay.
She don't worry about me.
I didn't know. That was the first time I met you. This dude was
it's fine.
This dude was like my crush at the time. And so he walked me out to my car. I had kissed him.
Okay.
So when I later told him, I'm like, yeah, I didn't kiss you that night. I had kissed somebody else. He was like, oh, you gonna kiss that nigga? And I was like, I just didn't like know you at that moment.
But you had been talking to the other dude.
Yeah, that was like our first kind of like meet up. Let's see each other. And then like me and him had started like talking at the same time as him. And then like I cut it off once I knew that me and him
So
were,
did you ever make it to brunch?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's a good story.
Was it the next day? Like, what y'all make? How long did it take for y'all to get to that?
Man, okay, so it took like 2 extra weeks. So we were just texting back and forth. Mind you, my phone is like
Tell them what happened that night
up.
when your phone was effed up.
What did happen?
That was the night I got crowned Miss Black OCU.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I was supposed to meet her there.
Yeah,
that's where I was supposed to meet her at, but my phone was acting up. And I had to tell her that I got off work late, so I wasn't going to be able to make it. So she thought I ghosted her.
But I didn't feel like... I knew... Like, I didn't hear from him, but I wasn't, like, that concerned. Like, I was like, okay. His friend... shout out to Daniel. Like,
yeah, Daniel got us together. Man.
Yes.
Shout out to Dan.
Daniel boy. He's the one who, like, introduced us, like, really. And... He didn't come to my pageant that night, but like him and Evan, shout out to Evan, you know who you are. They were like kind of talking at the time, and when we all hung out that night.
Gotcha.
So he couldn't come, and he was like, I'm sure he like got to work, whatever. I was like, I'm not tripping. So like we all hung out. We went to Wendy's, got Frosties and shit. Was just kicking it. And then the next day, which that was a Saturday night, the next day, Sunday, was supposed to be our brunch date. I was like, God, I hope his phone turns on.
Yeah,
like I still wanted to go on the date. I hadn't heard from him.
Yeah. So what I did
you was like hitting him
was,
and it's going straight to voicemail?
Yeah, his phone was just like off. It was just like going straight to voicemail. I'm like, he wouldn't just do that.
Yeah, like, that's far.
Right. I was like, I know your friends. Like, it's
on the iPhone 4. So what would happen was,
I'm sorry, this 4 is
right.
Basically what would happen was it would just kept like glitching. Like every time it would turn on, it would just turn like right off. So it was just some mechanical shit. But anyway, what I did was I went to my mama's house, got on the computer, went to Instagram, DM'd her and said, hey, I'm gonna still come to brunch, just letting you know my phone is acting up, but I'm gonna meet you there. I'll be there before you get there.
Yeah, he was like, we went to Guyutes.
Yeah, the Guyutes.
On 23rd Street.
Yeah.
That was where our first date was.
Tell her how it was looking.
Yeah. He was looking good.
Make sure they know.
Yeah, because I was nervous. Like, I was talking to Evan. I'm like, man, because she had stayed the night at my house and, like, helped me find something to wear. And I was like, well, I'm going to take my time, get there a little late, because I'm not trying to be waiting on him. So I got there. When I walked in, he was sitting at the bar, drinking a mimosa. And I was like, he's so grown. Because I'm 19. And I'm like, I'm kind of looking grown at the bar.
Oh, yeah. So what was it about, like, each other that y'all knew, like, man, this person is the one, like...
Or did y'all even know at the time?
Yeah.
At the first date, it was just kind of easy. And we just had stuff to talk about. His pastor actually happened to be at brunch that day. Like, had walked by and saw him. Yeah. He was like, hey, I saw you ain't at church this morning. Because it was Sunday.
didn't think about that.
She got to meet my pastor that day. It turned out well.
Yeah. It was just kind of effortless. And it never felt like awkward, and I just thought he was cool. Like even when he ordered off the menu, he ordered something that like I would have never freaking got. I'm like, you getting the fries with the egg like that? I'm like, I'm just gonna get toast sausage and 2 scrambled eggs, please. Right. Very safe over here. I don't know what he got. Yeah. But no, I just thought he was dope, and it was just easy after that.
So where'd y'all go from there? Like after the first date?
What did we do?
Wait, real quick, did y'all kiss that day?
No.
Come on, Kelsey, hold out then.
She gave me a long hug though.
Yes.
Them long hugs, yeah.
Because
she didn't give me no kiss.
His phone was still messed up. Even like at that point, his phone
long
had
enough
not
to know,
fixed
like,
it.
I'm gonna get one even.
Right. So after that, was it the game night we did second? Like when we went to dinner and then we came back?
Yeah, so we did a game night, and I think I was on Snapchat heavy that time.
Okay.
We went to this place called Big Heads.
Yeah, it was a Big Head spot out in Edmond, and I had her try some. It was a gator po' boy that you tried for the first time.
He's like, try this gator, you're gonna like it. He's really gotten me into trying different foods. Yes. I'm very much the person before who would like order the same thing every single time off the menu because I don't have time for my food not to be good. And so he really got me out of my comfort zone with that.
Yeah.
So we went to Big Heads. Yeah, he had me on Snapchat, and I was like, "Oh, he liked me."
Posted you?
Yes, girl.
What happened?
He's out here slipping.
Oh no, I still got the video right here, right? Me.
Yeah.
The drinks is getting a little.
She took full advantage of it too. Because I was just posting game night, and then she was in it. And
it was before that.
She gonna get that frame. Go get that camera frame. You can't just cut it off either.
No, she snuck over and gave me a kiss on the cheek. I was like, oh, well, it's out there.
Here it is, yeah.
No, he took a video of me at Big Heads at the table. And then after that, because we kissed at Big Heads.
Yep.
Aww,
yes,
okay,
that
so
was our first kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was where our first kiss was. And so after that, we met up with Daniel and Evan. We had a game night at my dorm apartment. And I don't remember what happened because you didn't stay the night that night. No. I don't remember what happened. Like we just started like hanging out all the time. After that, because you lived at Pop's house then, right? Where did you live then?
I think I was still in Norman.
No, you didn't move to Norman yet. You didn't move to Norman until September.
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah, because this is summer.
This is like spring, summertime.
Okay.
Like we met in February, and we were hanging out every single day.
Got you.
But the thing was, we were moving kind of fast. Like I met his dad's side of the family, like his dad, stepmom at the time. Remember, like 2 weeks after we had met.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I had to meet my dad. Yep.
And tell him why.
All of my previous relationships, they met my mom first. So I just wanted to see what my dad thought.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what my dad thought. Invited her to Sunday dinner. They loved it.
That's cool. And it ended up working out.
Oh yeah. They loved it.
Yeah. So when y'all like make it official? Like did it take y'all some time or did y'all just go ahead and hop in?
It was like it was fast because I remember I posted. We were like Facebook official in that March.
So y'all met in February and it was Facebook official.
So y'all became official quick.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So did you ask her out or y'all just was like,
we old enough? We know.
We
just was like a mutual thing. Like we together,
was texting every day.
Yeah.
Hanging out whenever we can. So. That's what it was.
How y'all make a Facebook official? Like y'all just said boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yeah, like when you like change your status and
I'm already there now. Exactly what you're talking about.
It was like that because before I met Roosevelt, like I had, mind you, I'm 19. I didn't turn 20 until that July, so I had already had like a lot of bad experiences with men at that time. So when I had met him, I wasn't talking to nobody, wasn't looking for nobody, but really had been praying and manifesting that the person I would meet would be him. Like everything I had prayed for was him. And so when I met him, oh my God, look at this God-given man. You know what I mean? I had never expected that night at the party when I was looking for somebody else, I would meet my husband.
Your husband, right.
You know what I mean? So that was the cool part about it.
Yeah. I can say the same thing. My thing was, we'll get into this though, was I knew she was like perfect for me.
Yeah.
But I was not ready to cut
ready?
it.
We gonna get into that.
I just wasn't. It was just like, I was like, damn, this is too good. But I'm 21. You know what I'm saying?
Young. Yeah.
I'm 21.
I don't want to get you. I was there.
I just got out of a relationship. I knew she was perfect, but it was more of, I need to see.
Yeah.
You know, I need to see what's out here. You know what I'm saying? So
how did that look for y'all? So y'all got together in March. Did you have those second thoughts? Not second thoughts, but did you have those like, I know she's perfect, but I need to see what's out there like in March? Or did it take a minute for those feelings to come?
We was good.
For like
we was good for
6-8 months.
Yeah, we was good for a while, and then, you know.
So this is what happened.
Shit started getting too good. It was too good to be true. So I was just like, man, I was like,
he couldn't believe that. Like, damn, she really like down bad for me. Like, this is really what it is. This young right now, because I was very much the person like, I'm like, you're not dealing with me if we're not dating. Like, we have to be boyfriend and girlfriend. I've done we're talking, we're this and that. Like, that was dead to me. Like, I'm like, I'm not doing that no more. So we're either dating or we're not. You need to do what you need to do or we're not. Yeah. And that's just what it was. So really what the changing point was when he was staying at his pop's house. Like, he has like this built-in like basement and stuff. So he was like living down there.
It's really like an apartment.
Yeah, it was an apartment down there. So like I would come and kick it over there. He would come to my dorm. And all of a sudden one day, Barber City House had this special. And him and his best friend just had to move to motherfucking Norman.
My best friends,
40 minutes away.
My best friends that we throw parties together with told me they had this great ass deal. I had to jump on it, man, and see what was going on out there in Norman.
Yeah.
But that was like the downfall, like the first breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
so like what led into it? Is because you moved, or is like y'all just started to grow a little apart after a while?
It was more of me.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll put it that way. It was all me. She's committed. She's fully committed.
Yeah.
She's ready to be in a relationship forever. I'm more of like,
I'm like, I love you.
Yeah. I love her too, but it's more of
just the commitment.
I love you enough to know, like, if I'm about to hurt you, I'm gonna just cut it off before I do anything bad. You know.
So you think it was like your surroundings out in Norman, or you think it was just?
I'm not gonna say my surroundings because all of my choices is
Come
mine.
on, okay.
But
there we go.
Take accountability.
Yeah,
I love that.
You don't gotta take accountability on here, bro.
I'm not gonna say that.
Don't let them pressure you, bro. No.
Every choice I made was mine. Yeah. It was more of when I wanted to make them. Yeah. Pretty much. It was.
But the hard part within that though was me feeling like first of all, he would be horrible at breaking up with me. Let's just
I'm not good at that.
state that.
I'm not good at that.
Like it would be bad. I'd be like,
how would it go?
Okay, the first time,
bro, she's like, well, I'm in love. It's like I'm in love.
You are, right?
Yeah, I'm in love, but at the same time, I know like
he wants to go do some fuck shit.
Yeah.
But he don't want to. But the thing was,
calling me,
right? We had always said that like if that were to happen, we would just break up. Like he's not gonna cheat on me.
Yeah.
I would always prefer like be broken up with my ass before you go cheat on me, because then there's no time. There's no way for us to get back.
Right.
That's worse. That's way worse. You're right.
So.
Right.
Yeah, no. I think the first time you either called me or texted me.
Yeah, you had came out to Norman. You come to see my place. I was acting real funny.
He was acting weird.
Yeah.
I could always tell.
I was just acting real distant. I was like, man. Right. Yeah, I was acting real distant from her.
Is that the time we went to the pool?
It was funny because one of my roommates, he was actually catering to Kelsey the whole time. Like, giving her all the attention that she wanted. So that made me feel some type of way, but not at the same time. I kind of already had my mind made up. I was like, I need to let her just, do her own thing. I'm going to do mine for right now because I'm out in Norman and shit about to get crazy. So that's how it was.
Yeah.
But I was just always aware of like where I was.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And honest about it with her.
Yeah, all the time.
Very much straight.
Yeah,
the fuck
it was
up.
just. It's always bad. I'm always bad at like
the presentation would be bad. I'm like, you couldn't have drove here and told me to my face. Like it would be like that. I'm like, I feel disrespected by this. Like it's bad enough we breaking up over. Like to me, it would always be nothing.
You know why I couldn't do it in person? Because I wouldn't be able to do
it.
Right. I'm she's that good. She's that good of a person to be like,
look me.
Never mind.
I don't believe.
I take it back.
Yeah, she's more of like, I don't believe you type shit.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna call you out.
She'll make me stay. She's like very hard headed when it comes to that. Like she is like.
We'll get into that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened after y'all ended up breaking up?
Well,
how long did we go?
We never went more than like a month. I feel like.
So would y'all always like keep chopping it up after y'all broke up?
There was we would still text. Like the first time we broke up.
Yeah.
I remember he would still like throw parties and stuff, and I have friends that, because I'm from Moore, so I still had friends from OU. So
that's her alibi. She was coming.
Whatever. I was coming to see him, but I had tabs on him.
Yeah,
like I had females in the streets watching him. Like, okay, you saw him with who?
Yeah.
Let me know. I know who that is. Tell that bitch to back up. You know what I mean? It would be like that, just because I knew his circle, like, of friends. And he's the person, like, his parents, like, when he grew up, he didn't have a phone until he was, like, 16. So he was never the person to be on social media, to post everything he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm catching up.
So I would, his friends would be telling me everything they would be doing on Twitter, like, oh, party here. I'm like, oh, everybody, we're going to Norman tonight? Okay, bet. I would pop up, be like, hey, what you doing?
Yeah.
What's that?
That's that.
So
that's that.
Over there like,
I'm popping up. Like, I was like, okay. I already knew that we were meant to be together, like, from jump. So I was very much in the mindset, like, okay, these hoes ain't gonna have my man. 2, you ain't gonna get pregnant by none of these hoes if they not me.
Yeah.
3, and you ain't gonna fall in love with another one.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna make myself very available to be up in your face so you don't forget what the fuck it is.
Pretty much.
So how was you feeling? You was like, when she
so
kept popping up, were you like, come on, man?
It was that at first, but then you look at it, you're like, damn, she like, you know. That's kind of sexy. I mean,
she always around,
That's sexy. So, of course, we got back together.
Yes. We got back together. I don't even know. We were definitely back together by Christmas Eve. I know it was in between September and, like, I knew we were, like, we've been together for the holidays every single year, even if we broke up before or something. Like, we were always
broken
together.
Up a bunch of times.
At least 3 or 4 times.
Like,
over the same shit.
Yeah. Over him wanting to
need his freedom.
Be free and do
I don't know, because at that point in my life, I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
At all.
We young.
Like, she had already become who she was already going to become. You know what I'm saying? So I could already see that. She already had purpose.
Yeah. And you were still finding yours?
Yeah. I'm just out here at that point. So it was just more of like, damn, I don't really want to, I don't want to waste her time. I don't want to waste mine. If this is what I want to do right now, then that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to hurt her, but I mean, I got to be honest.
So what was the turning point for you, Roosevelt? Like, what was it that made you say, okay, no, I'm done with this fuck shit. I'm going to give it my all.
So, you said fuck shit. That's funny.
It was some fuck shit.
Yeah.
It was some fuck shit.
It was. So the turning point was when she moved to Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is the turning point. So I'm getting my shit together, right?
Yeah.
Just got a job at the bank, everything.
You're like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Please don't leave me.
I got the job at the bank. This is fast forward. We can fast forward.
This is fast forwarding 3 years later.
Yeah, fast forward to her graduation. We go on this beautiful cruise.
We went on a 7-day cruise.
Yeah, 7-day
Just y'all
cruise.
Yeah, we went to Key West, the Bahamas, two cities in the Bahamas. We went somewhere else. It was like Freeport, Nassau, Key West.
So y'all was out there.
Yeah. It was a really good trip.
Yeah.
Great trip. But she had to leave the next week to Atlanta. So
I postponed it another month after we came back.
Yeah, you had some shit going on.
Yeah.
But that was, I knew then, I was like, damn, she about to leave. Like, she about to go chase her dreams, all this shit. I'm trying to set up a foundation, everything with the bank. I got benefits now, you know what I'm saying? I got real income coming in.
Yeah.
And just gaining my independence. So I was hoping she would see that and, like, you know, be like, okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
But she had to go chase her own dreams. So it was a wake-up call for me to, like, you know, get my shit together even more. So if I do want her back, then I just gotta, I don't know, I just gotta be on my shit, really.
Yeah.
So
but
to rewind,
it was
though,
tough. It was tough though. Like when she did move to Atlanta, though. Like, of course, we broke up then.
We broke up for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
so did you just break up because she was leaving?
So
like,
let's go back.
Not even try to make this work.
Back. So before I had even moved to Atlanta, I'm from Atlanta. Like I moved here from Atlanta, and I did an internship there for like 2 months, and we were like long distance, and that was like when we first started dating. So like in that first year when we met in February, I went to Atlanta from like May to July. Yeah. Came back, we were together, cool, probably broke up that September, got together at the holidays, and then a whole bunch of other shit happened in between then. But by the time I had graduated, I had always planned, like, before I even met Roosevelt, anything, like, I always knew I was going to move back to Atlanta. Like, that's just part of my life plan. Like, either you're moving with me, we're going to do long distance, but, like, this is something that I had always wanted to happen for myself. Like, that was where I was from. Me and my bestie had found an apartment there. Like
she already had everything.
I already had the vision for what I wanted to do.
Like, you already knew she had that. Yeah.
Right. So, like he said, when I was leaving, like, we were on such a high in our relationship at that time. We just got back from vacation. We're like super, like, we had been dating for almost 3 years at this point. Yeah. Like, we were really in it. So it really hurt him that he was more so like, why did you leave? And I'm more like, why didn't you come? Yeah. That was what our kind of like tug and pull was, you know?
There wasn't anything holding me back here either. I got stuck in the fact of like,
just security.
This is just more growth for me. So it's more of like me thinking I'm the man, this is where you're supposed to be at, you know what I'm saying? And I got a good job. You just starting to kind of set your roots. Yeah, so it's more of, you know, why you want to be with me here if we're going to start something. So she was more of like, why you want to be here?
Right, I'm like, there's a
nothing's holding you back. Yeah, nothing's holding you back.
Yeah. I just felt like it was the perfect time for us to do something like that. But we weren't individually in our like purposes and our walks in life ready to do that together. I feel like, you know what I mean? Because when I moved to Atlanta, I had the most personal growth and development that like I don't think I would have had the same experience if he would have been there, because it was things I needed to do by myself, figure out by myself, know what it's like to, like, when I moved to Atlanta, I didn't move with a job. I had 5 racks and I got my job on the way there, and I already had an apartment. Like, I was very much in the fact, like, I knew Atlanta. I was like, I'm going to find a job. Like, I was never pressed about it. I'm like, I just got graduated. My dad has lived there for over 20 years. So I'm like, I had a little cushion. I'm like, he can pay my rent if I don't find a job. Like, it'll be okay type of thing. Like, I wasn't going to be like ass out. So that was kind of like you can just live with me for a little bit. Like, we'll find a place. Like, I was very much like, let's just start over here. I'm very spontaneous. I will just do stuff like that. And so when I moved, I had a lot of self-growth there. And it was really hard because that was almost 9 months, a year almost, of us being long distance. In the first 3 months that I moved there, we did not see each other.
Yeah, it was rough.
Did y'all talk?
Yeah, we would talk every day. We would FaceTime every day, but we were still getting our money and stuff together. So it was like, do we have money to like spend on these flights right now? Like, I haven't started my job. I have the job. I just got this apartment. My mom gave me her car. So it was a lot of like, he just started his job. So he's like, I can't take off yet. So it was like a lot of angst because we hadn't seen each other. So when did you come? August? It was still summer because my birthday was in July and couldn't come for my birthday, I remember.
I think it was 3 months, so you left when?
June.
So it's 3 months from then.
June, July, August.
Yep.
So it was like middle of August he came. And that was really our test. We said, okay, if we still have if we can still kick it, it's not awkward. Because you haven't seen this person in 3 months. You're just on the phone. Like, do you still want to be with them? We're in different places. Right. And so that was our thing. We're like, okay, we will plan this trip. if we feel like things are still there and like the vibes are still there, we still like we can still have all those feelings, then like we feel like we can continue our relationship. And when he came, I took him on the MARTA. Oh, yeah. And this is like basically like the subway, like compared to New York, like in Atlanta, it's just the public transportation train there. So I picked him up on the train and just showing him all the shit. And we just picked up where we left off. Like I was just showing him the city and stuff, showing him everything. And it was like nothing had changed. It was like nothing had changed. And so at that point, we're like, okay, we can do this. But it was still hard. So after that, after we went 3 months not seeing each other, we're like, okay, we're not going to ever do that again. At least once a month. Okay. So after that, we would see each other once a month. But that was in August.
Yeah, she would either come to Oklahoma or I would go there. Okay. So we would just switch off.
Yeah. And so my mom had a heart attack that... Oh, no. When was that?
Ooh, that was like the beginning of the year.
It was the end. I had quit my job.
Ended up staying longer.
Yeah, I hated like my first job in Atlanta. I was like a staffing coordinator and had all these accounts, but it was a very small agency that I worked with. So they would be like running us into the ground, like had me doing all this stuff. I found out this white girl got a higher raise than me, and we did the same job, and I just felt underappreciated. And this is my first job out of college. I'm like, fuck this, like, no. So, and I've been saving money. So I was like, okay, I got some money saved up. I'm gonna quit this job. Like, this is not it. They had changed the structure to where it was like commission only. They didn't want us to have salaries. And it was just a bad situation. I was like, no. So I had came back, it had to be for Thanksgiving or something. I came back, like,
yeah, you just came back. It was just your time to come back. Yeah. And then, like, right when you was about to leave.
Like, literally, I'm packing to go on my flight back home to Atlanta.
My mom had a heart attack. So,
That was
crazy.
Yeah. So how'd y'all work through that? Yeah, you know? That's a big thing traumatic. For you. And, you know,
I was just there, man.
Yeah,
just made sure you just was always there.
Just there.
My best friend picked me up and drove me to Norman, where my mom was at the hospital, and he came right when he got off work, and we were just trying to be there for my mom. My brother was the one who took my mom to the hospital. So, yeah, after that point, and it was funny because that morning when I was packing for my flight, something was telling me not to leave. I was like, I'm going back home, but, like, I don't have a job right now. Like, what am I going back home to do? I'm back home chilling at the house. Because, like, I wasn't pressed to start work again until the beginning of the year or so. So I was like, I don't feel like I need to leave yet. Like, what am I going back for? And so then that happened. I was like, oh, I stayed to the end of the year.
Yep.
Yeah. I stayed till, like, my new job. I think I started that January. So, yeah, I stayed for, like, almost 2 months after that.
Pretty much.
And so, yeah, that was really hard.
So, when you came back home, were you staying with Roosevelt or were you staying at your mom's?
Oh, I stayed with him. I would go back and forth, I would stay with my mom, like, check on her and, like, help her with her medicines and stuff like that. But anytime I came into town, like, I would stay with him. Yeah. So, yeah, that was crazy.
Okay. So, then what happened after you went back in January with your second job?
Ooh. That job wasn't any better, really. Like, then that
hated job, that one too.
Yeah, I hated that one too. I'm like, So that I worked at this field management software company, so I was selling software, and I had this headset on. So I'm talking, I had to make like 75, 80 calls a day, calling like different businesses and stuff, like cold calls and stuff like that. Like, this is what my life is.
God bless.
But I didn't like it. But it was the most I had ever got paid at the time. I mean, they're a tech company, so like I had unlimited PTO. You could drink after 4. Like, they try to make it laid back because you're doing so much work. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I hated that job. And I was like, oh, God. It was funny. I used to be like, man, what if I just get married? What if I just have a baby? Like, I used to think of all these scenarios to get out of my life at that point. You know what I mean? I was like, this life seems better than the life I've created. Like, maybe that would be better. Like, what do I really want to do next?
Mind you, I was stable at
Right. You know. Got a good job.
He got benefits.
Right. And the thing was, when I moved to Atlanta, we had planned for him to move later. Like, that was always a part of the plan. I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want to come right now, then come in a year. Come in 6 months. Come when you're ready. But it was always a plan for him to come.
I was taking off at the bank, though. I was taking off. I had just become, like, I was like a top 10% banker.
Right.
So what were you doing at the bank?
I was a banker.
He was just a relationship banker.
Oh,
so creating accounts, doing all the
loans.
Stuff.
If you want a loan, you want credit cards, mortgage referrals, investment referrals.
Yeah. So a good little job.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not little. I hate when people say that.
Right.
Sorry, but a good job.
Yeah. If you want to open up business accounts or like merchant services for your business.
Yeah.
All types of shit. Like you come see me first.
Yeah.
And then I direct you or facilitate to whoever needs to do the job. But I was taking off there. Like, I became a top 10% banker.
Yeah.
Like, I think in our region, like out of like 88 branches.
Yeah.
So I was doing good.
Yeah,
killing it at the bank.
And so you kind of wanted to.
She saw that shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
My boy had the dough rolling for you.
Right. I missed him.
You
know what I mean? I was like, okay, like this is cool being here, and like I'm traveling more. I'm going to like I was really big into festivals. So like I've been into festivals and going to concerts since I was 19. Like since he met me, so I would go off on trips with my friends and do stuff all the time. So like me and my best friend.
See that shit, boy.
Right, he would be mad,
bro.
I'm like, I'm going to Florida for 5 days.
I'm working.
All right.
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah, I'm seeing all this fun.
Going to Astro World. Like I went to that in Atlanta. Like I would do all types of just crazy fun shit. Like I'm like, what else?
Yeah, I was salty.
Right. I'm like, that's why I told you I asked to move here so you can do it together.
Right.
But okay, so after that job, we're gonna get into how I found out I was pregnant.
Okay.
Because this is that same year. This is 2019.
Yeah, this all
March
plays a big role.
6th.
Yeah.
When I found out I was pregnant. Okay. My friend at the job. Go ahead.
You want to talk about how it was conceived?
Oh yeah, that's
I want to know.
Yeah. And when? Said she don't know the deets.
Right.
Okay. So, we wanted to do it big. So, mind you, I'm making some good money. I'm making some good money now.
I was making some good money then too.
Yeah. So we decided to do it big on Valentine's Day weekend again.
Okay. Because we claimed that as our anniversary since that's when we met.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we got a place at the A Loft like all weekend.
This is in Oklahoma City.
Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
She came down. We had crazy.
So
it was crazy.
We
said rounds.
Right.
He rubbing his head.
It was crazy. We exchanged gifts.
Oh yeah. She got me a bunch of gifts.
I got him like all this. I don't even what did you say? It was like your black man.
This is now he got it.
He remember that night. He remember that weekend.
It was
bringing back memories.
I got like books. Like
she got me a bunch of books. She got me a whole set of.
I had like this Black Power hoodie.
I think she got me the first 4 seasons of Martin.
It
was just some real thoughtful. It was some real thoughtful shit.
I got what is it? The 48 Laws of Power, whatever that book is. All this stuff.
She had them ready to go.
Yeah.
He got me some
setting them
shoes.
up for success.
He got me some Air Maxes. We were just like, oh, this is big for us. Like, we've been long distance. We love each other. Like, fun. So, we were having non-birth control, unprotected sex at the time.
Yes.
So.
And she was ovulating. She
told me. I told him, too.
She told me she was
Sound
ovulating.
about right.
I said,
she told me she was ovulating.
Abscess of ovulating. Do you want to wear a condom?
It be hitting at that time.
You hear me? We did know. We started out with the condoms, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you go around, you don't want to do that.
Come on.
But
I was like, well,
I pulled out. I'm pretty sure I pulled out. But
Not
I mean,
pretty
at that point,
I'm pretty sure being like I kind of did, but I didn't.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Just got some strong seeds flowing.
Well,
that's what happens when you go rounds. When you go rounds, you know your odds. You know what I'm saying? The leftovers be in there.
My brother told me to pee.
The leftovers. Yeah, the leftovers.
Is that the trick?
Yep. That's because you got the leftovers.
I will.
We'll know for the next time.
It's post. Yeah, it's post. It's not pre. It's post.
Right. That sounds like Jeremy.
Hey, it's the science out there. It's the science out there. Can't get caught slipping.
Like whatever you need to tell yourself. Look, it happened.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I think that was only like a week or a weekend. I can't remember how long I stayed.
Sure, you stayed almost 5 days.
Yeah, I stayed a while. We would at least do a week trip when I would come. Or he would come for like once a month. Or
like we stayed at the A-Loft for that weekend.
But then we went back.
And then you went back to my house, and then we kept going.
Yeah.
It just kept going all throughout.
I don't know which
day,
but it was one of the days.
A couple times a month.
You said the whole ovulation period they was going in.
Yeah.
Like I was trying, but not.
I took like a week off.
So y'all was just enjoying each other's time.
So it was really fun. Yeah.
So when y'all were having sex and in the moment, like, did y'all think like, oh, I'm gonna get pregnant, or you were just like,
no.
Okay.
So after the fact, you wouldn't even thought.
I'm pulling out. Yeah. I'm doing all the
I'm doing my thing.
We're doing all the stuff we normally do.
Yeah.
Years, like, never happened.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, whatever. So I get back to Atlanta. So this is February 14th weekend-ish, Valentine's Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at my job, and I'm like, one of my work friends, I was like, I ain't got my period yet.
Mm-hmm.
This is very not normal for me. Like, after, like, the 4th day of being late, like, I usually get my period.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been telling him, I'm like, hey, I'm late. He's like, don't worry about it. Like, you'll get it.
It's gonna come. Yeah,
Day
it's
2.
gonna come.
I promise it's going to
Day 2.
always be
don't
late
worry about it. Why
sometimes.
you even mention it? He's like, not even listening to me, really, at this
Yeah.
point. Day 3, I'm like, ooh. Day 4, I'm like, Day 5, I was like, I'm pregnant.
Yep.
So at day 5, I was late for my period, and I said, I'm gonna take a test. Me and my friend at work they had like this little store where you could buy just like a convenience store at the bottom of the business. I was like, damn, they ain't got one here. So I went off work. I was like, I need to know right now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm just going home. I was like, because I don't want to find out and go back to work.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm just calling it that because I ain't going back after I know this. So I'm FaceTiming him. I'm like, all right, I'm about to take this test. Like, we're about to find out. And he's still not the least bit concerned. Whatever, take the test. You're not pregnant. Like, you're fine. Like,
I'm gold.
Whatever.
Immaculate.
So I take the test. I'm like, I'm pregnant. And I didn't do it on the phone with him. It was just like me and the test. Like, I was just like,
okay.
I cried. So then I'm blowing up his phone, like on FaceTime, like calling. This man is not answering the phone.
Yeah.
No, he was not working.
I was talking to my mom.
He was at his mama's house. I was having a deep conversation with his mama. I said, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about right now. Like, this is a little bit more important. His mama was like, why does she keep blowing you up? Like, we're talking right now. Check. And I'm like, didn't I just tell you I was taking a pregnancy test? Why else am I calling? You know what I'm doing right now.
He was gold. He
right,
why she telling me? Why she call him? Tell me she not pregnant. Right. I already know.
Right.
So he's outside on FaceTime with me, and we're just talking about it. I'm like,
she was like, so I'm pregnant. I was like, what? Excuse me.
Quit playing.
Excuse me.
I was like, look, this is the test. Pregnant.
Yeah. So. Yeah, once
you
we
found
found
that second
out,
test?
It was a pretty.
I took like 4. I was like,
she already was sure.
I had the one that said digital.
Yeah, whatever test she got, those are the real accurate ones.
Yeah.
I believed her.
She spent the bread. He said,
I'm like, I spent like $30 on all these pregnancy tests.
Yeah.
So what
how was that? Did you go back in mom's house and like, or you just
I didn't say shit.
Yeah.
I didn't say shit. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell nobody.
A good minute on the phone, like, okay, like, I mean, we were like, not sad about it, but it was more like,
it was just more shock. It was
like, whoa, shit's about to change.
Here we go.
This is what we okay. So I don't even remember how long we talked about what we talked about, but we got off the phone, and then I made the mistake of in my cryingness, like, what the fuck am I about to do? Like, I'm 22 at the time. I'm like, dang.
I wasn't really tripping, you know what I'm saying? I could put the baby on the benefits.
Facts.
But it was just more of shock. It was just more of like, all right.
But me, I'm holding the baby. I'm like, your life is changing, but my life is really changing.
I'm like, gotta make sure. Take care of business.
We were in the same place in life, like in the fact that we have been working out really good. I got the best body goals.
Get me started.
Eating real healthy. I was pescatarian for like almost a year at that point. I was like thriving.
I was not.
No.
I was eating whatever I wanted.
Right. I was like, I look great.
Sound relatable.
I guess I was real fertile at the time, apparently, because...
Okay, what? Yeah.
But so I remember that night I called my mom, and I was like...
So you told your mom immediately?
Which was a mistake. Because then mom was asking, what? You're pregnant? What you ever gonna do? Asking all these questions I ain't even thought about yet. I was just calling to tell you I was pregnant. I was like, you know what? I'm going to call you tomorrow. This is not the person to call. But I didn't tell anyone but him and my mom. Even my roommate, my best friend, I didn't even tell her. I was in like ready to talk about it. I just went to work the next day like, I'm in here pregnant. Yeah. You mean like, nobody knows, but I'm in here pregnant.
I am pregnant.
So then
she's still in Atlanta at the time.
I'm still in Atlanta at the time. I'm starting to go through morning sickness. I'm like running out of work, throwing up. People are like, what's going on?
She was just keeping me updated on everything and what was going on with her.
Yeah, I had to tell my boss, but he was super cool. And he was like, yeah, just do whatever you gotta do. Like, da, da, da. And then at that point, I was like, we're on the phone. I'm like, so we getting married? What's our life about to look like? Like, what are we doing? I'm moving back.
It was more of, I was already planning. I had already started. I put a ring on layaway.
Before you even found out?
Before any of that happened. So at the beginning of the year,
it's cute.
I put I put the ring on layaway. My plan was to marry her at the end of the year for New Year's, going into New Year's.
Yeah.
That was my plan. But, the baby. So
April I moved. April time you
so
came.
you broke your lease. I had to fly all the way back out to Atlanta. Then we had to drive back.
He packed up all my stuff. Aww. Yeah, he flew there, drove back in my car. We stopped in Memphis and ate some.
Was your roommate upset that you broke the lease?
She had a boyfriend at the time.
Okay.
She's no longer with him. But, one of those fuck boys. But, no, she was definitely like, that was my road dog. Like, that was my best friend. She's still my best friend.
That's baby's godmother.
Yeah. So she understood, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was happy for us. And she put that on us, though.
Yeah,
she definitely manifested the hell out of that. She's like, y'all better be careful. Y'all have a baby. Y'all get pregnant. I'm like, Jalaisha, you was saying that the most.
Yeah.
So, no, she was sad that I had to go. But, like, she obviously understood it. Like, it was what it was. The guy she was talking to at the time actually moved in. Like, took over a little for a while. Yeah. And then my dad had, like, paid something for me to leave early. And it was like a whole thing. So, we road tripped, packed up all my stuff, drove back to Oklahoma. I moved in with him.
Me and my brother.
Yeah, him and Ray. We had like a little talk. I'm like, Ray, so I'm coming back, and I'm not moving back, living with my mom. So I'm moving in.
He knew he was...
How was that talk for you?
Cool? I will pay a couple utilities.
Yeah. That was dude. I know that's kind of like
man, that's my dog.
Yeah.
But
y'all close, you and your brother?
Oh yeah.
This
is like best friend.
Yeah, that's my dog. The talk with him, he was the first person I told that she was pregnant. So he was just like, "What you gonna do? What got next?"
Yeah.
Told him the plan. Told him I was gonna marry you. And we was gonna figure it out pretty much.
And me and Ray have always been real cool. Like, I would talk to him on the phone. I'm like, okay, three-way conversation,
so
everybody.
Right.
Yeah,
that was your dog too.
Yeah, we talked. And
he was more of...
He didn't care.
He was understanding. He didn't care.
Yeah.
He was just like, y'all do y'all, and I'm gonna be over here.
Yeah. So how was it moving in together?
So
it was new.
It was new. Because prior to that, we'd always do the like long week. Like the most we probably stayed together is like a week or 4 to 5 days. And like, okay, go see you when I see you a couple days or whatever. So it was definitely like, okay, this is their place and I'm moving in. So it was a little bit different dynamic than like us picking our own place and this is my spot.
I get it. Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da. So,
our first encounter with each other, like living together, is you being pregnant.
Right.
So, on top of everything.
On top of
that. So had to deal with the morning sickness, had to deal with mood swings.
All the cravings.
Random calls about buying corn dogs and shit from Sonic.
I had this big thing when I was pregnant where I had to have like a 5-piece mozzarella stick from Sonic, 2 corn dogs of ketchup, and a large ocean water, please.
Listen, I was on the
Don't forget the mayonnaise sauce. Get 2 like every other day. Like,
I still like me some mozzarella sticks.
Man, they're so good.
Yes, they
So that was my thing when I was pregnant, but other than that, I mean, we get along pretty well. Like, we're not the type of couple to, like, argue like that. Like, it's more like in jest, like in fun, like, nigga, you I'm gonna need you to like pick up this and this, right? And he's like, well,
more lighthearted.
Very lighthearted. Like when we get into like disagreements and stuff. But
we only had like one actual big.
There was a big fight.
Yeah.
So after I had moved in, and this is after our gender reveal.
Okay.
So what people don't know, and people asked me before, is we had already been planning to get married before he actually proposed to me.
Okay.
Like the venue was bought, like everything was like, we're getting married. But I had told him like, I still want you to propose. Like that's not something I want to like not have. Like you know.
Yeah, I have to go take it off layaway.
Speed up the process.
Yeah.
And that morning
it was a couple months left.
Right.
Yeah.
That morning too of the gender reveal, because Ray and his girlfriend planned our gender reveal for us. He just like woke up. He was like, I gotta go to the mall. I'm like, ooh, I want to go. He's like, no. I was like, he's doing something at the mall.
Okay.
I'll stay here. Yeah. I'm on my business. And so I remember I had told Ray's girlfriend Delanne, I said, I think he's gonna propose today. But when I said it to her, I like forgot it right after that. I was like, I didn't think nothing else about it. I was like, that would be nice. Yeah. So the gender reveal comes, and there's this. He's the fifth of his name. If you don't know, this is Roosevelt the fifth. Yes. And
the reason we have the tradition is.
Go ahead.
Each one of us is the firstborn child. If the firstborn child is a boy, then he gets the name.
Gotcha. I love that.
So that's 100 years. We've had this name for 100 years.
I love that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so...
That's dope as hell. Yeah.
Pretty much, we have to keep that shit going.
Yeah, I mean...
You don't want to be the one?
I want to be the one.
I don't mind being the one or the two.
So we went back and forth with that. Like, sometimes he'd be like, you know what, let's change it. And I'd be like, all right. And then sometimes he'd be like, no, I don't want to change it. I'm like, but you said we was going to change it. So it was like a tug and pull. And we had that was probably the biggest argument to date that we've...
it was really because his name was just going to be Roosevelt Turner the Sixth, but she fought for the middle name. Gotcha. None of us never had middle names.
You don't have one?
No,
that's cool too.
I don't have a middle name. Ari's the first one with a middle name.
His middle name is Kareem.
Oh, great!
Yeah, which means generous.
Wait, so where's Ari come from?
Ari is just a nickname for Roosevelt that we came up, and Ari means lion.
Yeah, it was a lion. It means lion of God. It's in Hebrew.
Yeah. So. I
love that.
All the mothers out there, if you can hear me, stand up. I very much couldn't. I understand history and tradition, and his relationship with his family is much different than mine is. Yeah. And we don't have any passed down names. Even his grandmother's name is Irene, and there's 3 Irenes.
No, it was 5.
5 Irenes? 5 Irenes.
Yeah, so my grandfather is Roosevelt Turner III, and she's Irene III. So they had, they had my dad. He was the 4th. They had my aunt. She was the 4th. And then
so the 4th Irene.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that.
And then me and my cousin, Shay, she's the 5th and I'm the 5th. So that's pressure
really
on her
cool,
too.
Really cool. But I get
it's cool, all the way. But it was something that when I had always said I never wanted to be with somebody who passed down their name. Like that was literally something that I had said. Like I was like, I feel like every person should have their own name.
Yeah,
like
I feel that too.
Was very like I was like,
it is his name though. He's the 6th.
It is, but it took me some time.
He got a 6 back there.
Yeah. Right. He's his own name. He's his own person.
Right. But it took me some time to come with that, and his family was very much in that. I was like, this is also my baby. I didn't feel like at the time that people were seeing me as
she fought for that.
Valued in that situation. I'm like, he's not a boy just because of him. It's because of me. Facts. Like I'm his mom.
I'm carrying him.
I'm carrying
bringing him into this world.
And I don't feel like I should give up my first child's name just because y'all keep having genetics of boys. Like I was like, that. What does that got to do with me?
Real.
So the compromise was him having a middle name, which was Kareem, and
with a K
for Kelsey.
Okay,
I was like, he gotta have it's my first kid.
Yeah,
like I just feel like
something of mine.
Just me. Like he's a joint of us. Like he would not be him without me. So it was hard. Like me and his family got in arguments about that. It was very much a disconnect there.
How was that like for both of y'all?
Ooh. It was tough for me.
Yeah.
Just trying to navigate both parties because I understand tradition, of course. Yeah. I understand, the meaning behind it, what it means to, keep that going. Why chromosome is strong. Just, it's a. People have fraternities. Yeah. This is more of a paternity thing.
Yeah, I got you.
So,
I like that.
Right.
It's just like a pass down. It's a father thing. Yeah. So it was really hard for my grandfather. when I told him originally we were going to name him Julius. His name was going to be Julius.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
wasn't going for
they
that.
They wasn't feeling
that.
What
did they say?
it was really just, more so his grandmother.
Just a little disappointment.
Well, it was my grandmother. My grandmother was really upset. My grandfather, he was disappointed. That hurt real bad. My dad, of course, he was upset. You know, he running down every reason why I'm supposed to name this boy Roosevelt. He naming every reason. Yeah. So it was just tough.
So
I'm like going into I'm going into like a new phase. So I'm trying to like, it's almost like I'm trying to, by naming him Julius, I'm almost stamping my own independence from the family too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, me not realizing, you know, just the importance of the name, me being my own Roosevelt anyway, and Ari being his own Roosevelt. So just understanding that and helping her understand that is what got us to have that compromise. So it was tough, though. It was tough. She, you know,
I was fighting tooth and nail.
So how'd y'all get back to Roosevelt from Julius? Because y'all had made that decision.
We made the decision. We would stay
up late at night, like 2, 3 in the morning.
She wouldn't go to sleep.
I couldn't go to sleep.
Yeah, she wouldn't go to sleep.
I'm pregnant. I'm emotional. This is my first kid.
She'd just be sitting up. I'm trying to go to sleep. I got work in the morning. She'd just be sitting up crisscross applesauce.
I'm like, are we gonna talk about this? Because I feel like highly disrespected out here, and like I'm not going for it. Like I just felt very disrespected. Like I felt at the time, I felt like his family couldn't see my role in that, and just the respect that like he can still be Roosevelt with the middle name. At first, it was like he couldn't even have a middle name, and that hurt me. I'm like, y'all don't want no.
That's why I shut it down.
No part. No,
his name's gonna be Roosevelt.
Yeah,
okay?
I was like,
that's it.
That's where you drew the line.
Like his name is Roosevelt.
That's just where
Roosevelt
it is.
Kareem Turner the 6th. Like he's still the 6th.
Yeah, he's still 6.
He's still the 6th.
He's still Roosevelt.
And so that was our compromise. I was like, okay. I'm not gonna break 100 years tradition. I ain't trying to get cursed or nothing. I was like, I don't want
to get cursed.
Right.
Well, not funny, but is it really like y'all think
he thought that? And I was like, you really think something's gonna happen? I was like, well,
I'm superstitious about stuff like that. I don't want to be the one to break the name. And
if it is something out there, I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna find out.
I'm not trying to upset my ancestors.
That's real. Yeah, right. 100 years is a while too.
Yeah. Right. So the compromise was Kareem. Yeah, I would stay up, badger him about it. I would be crying about it. Like I was really stressed out about this. Like this is the biggest thing we had ever gone through, and I'm like, this is my baby. Like,
she was just attached as I was. I had this whole vision of like, she gonna be a Roosevelt. Gonna do, you know. Gonna be a strong man. But
he would also go back and forth on that. So that was what would confuse me, because sometimes he'd be like, well, these are the trials that I dealt with with the name, so maybe we should change it. Like these are the pros and cons. We would do pros and cons of having the name for a 6th time. Yeah. And so for me, I'm like, well, let's just do it. Like I'm very much like the rogue one. Like, you know, even like his family, I would say that I'm very much like doing all the shit that people don't think you should do, like good or bad. Like I very much do what I feel, very much independent. Yeah, and when I see my vision and clear, very outspoken, and his family wasn't used to that. Like I'm gonna speak up. Like, you know what I mean? They weren't used to somebody like talking back or expressing their opinion in that way. Because to them that was disrespectful, and for me, I'm like, old school. They're very old school.
Respect your elders type stuff. But they wasn't respecting her, so that's where it was like some
get a two-way street.
Man. Just on that, I'm not gonna say they weren't respecting her. Like in general, they were disrespecting her where she was coming from.
They just weren't open to see. I was like, just be open to the thought of like where I'm coming from, and they were just very close-minded about that, and that just really hurt me. And so the
world's changing, man. Like women, they run the world.
They do
pretty much.
So how'd that weigh on y'all going into? Because y'all got married before he was born, or after?
I was 5 or 6 months pregnant when we got married.
It was in July.
Yeah, it was 3 days after my birthday, July 20th, 2019.
She planned that out well.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be fun. Birthday and anniversary.
Yeah, just back to back.
Yeah, she planned that well.
Yeah.
Give me gifts, all the gifts.
So how was the wedding? Like, how'd the whole process go?
It was... His mom is actually like an event planner, like part-time. So she helped me plan most of it. Like my mom and my dad like helped pay for most of the stuff, like the venue, and his mom I think got the cake, and like everybody chipped in. So we really did.
Uncle, he came down to ordain us.
We got to talk about
Uncle Terry, Uncle T.
We got to talk about pre-marriage counseling really quick.
Ooh, yes.
Let's talk about that.
Did y'all do it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How y'all feel about it?
We did it with my Uncle T. He was very helpful.
He's a big pastor in Texas.
Yeah. Okay. He was very helpful. He has what was his percentage on like his marriage? It was like 90. It was like a 99%.
He's married over like hundreds of couples, and I had like 2 or 3 maybe ever get a divorce.
Wow.
That have been through his counseling process, and that have been married by him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I trusted him.
Yeah. And I had never done counseling before. Or anything like that, but I was open to it. Yeah. And I had never met his Uncle Terry prior to this either, so I was like, okay.
I hadn't seen him in years.
Right. Either. So we were like, okay, this will be
interesting,
different, you know? And it was actually the best thing ever. Yeah. So what he had us do, we separately took these, I guess a relationship assessment.
It was like a 100-question,
like a compatibility marriage assessment quiz, basically, to see like if you on the same track for how you want kids, how you want to raise them, your communication, your personality. Like, it really encompassed, like, everything. So we took those, and then...
We didn't cheat.
We took them separately.
We took them 2 totally different days from each other. Like,
right. You're supposed to take them separately, so you're not, like, trying to match them up and cheat, cheat your counseling or whatever. So he came into town just for us, and we went to the library, and we had... Like, we were in there hours, I feel like.
Oh, so y'all pumping it out.
Yeah, it was 1 or 2 sessions, I think we did. Was it just the one time?
No, we did 1. It was just one long one.
One long one. Like, that would have been, like, 2 or 3 probably.
Yeah.
And he went over everything with us, and he was just in shock by how compatibly matched that we were.
Yeah.
And he talked about it, like, in our ceremony. He was like, you would look at their scores and think that they cheated on this. By how, like, in sync that we were with so many things. And it kind of just reflected what we already knew. Like, we already knew that we were supposed to be together. We already knew we were supposed to build this life together. So it was just, like, nice to hear that reassurance. Like, okay, somebody outside.
Yeah. Okay, this is cool.
Somebody that's certified.
Right. Like, you're talking about... So, yeah, that was really cool. Like, we talked about everything, like my childhood, my relationship with men, how that, portrayed in our relationship. Like, even the way that, like, we used to talk to each other would be different. I would be very much you're not going to talk to me, like, very pop off. Because my authority with men was so different. Like, with issues with my stepfather and with my own dad, and him coming in, like, you're not gonna talk to me like that, sweetheart. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can just talk. Like, it doesn't have to be loud and combative. So that was something that was really nice. And so, we just talked for hours in there. I was crying. And it was great. Then we was like, okay, we can do this. Like, that was very much like the icing on the cake before we got married. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's nice. That was, I want to say, it kind of shaped, like, how you want to get into that?
What?
Like how we do our agreement.
Oh, yeah. So we are very much in the mindset of being productively married.
Ooh.
So
okay, I like how that sounds.
I like that. What does that mean?
To say, I'm like, how's a good way to put it? So when we got married, we're young. We have our kid. The first 2 years, I would say, was probably been the hardest because we got moved in together for the first time. We got married in the same year. We had our baby in the same year.
Yeah, a lot of changes.
A lot of quick changes.
I became like strictly self-employed.
Right. Within that time also.
And the pandemic happened.
Yeah. Right. So, boom, all of that.
A lot, yeah.
So we were in the mind, and when we first got married, we really didn't have that much of a plan for our family, and like the fact that like, okay, like we're at the point that where we do now. Like we didn't know at what point we wanted to buy a house. We didn't know when we wanted to do what. We were just, so much was happening that we were just trying to get through it all. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
And so we got
23 when we got married.
23 when we got married.
I was 24.
Yes.
I hadn't even turned 25 yet. So it was more of, the agreement is basically every 5 years we're going to reassess where we're at between each other. So whether it's how are you feeling on Are we taking enough dates? Are we keeping each other accountable to the goals that we want to do individually? Like, what do you want to do for yourself? It's pretty much like, you know, you have a job. They do an annual review.
Yeah.
It's pretty much, you know, we want to make a family business.
Right.
So that's really what a family is. Like, sure, we have to sign contracts just like anybody else, like you would to sign on for a job. But with ours, I think it holds us accountable to always be pushing forward, whether it's in whatever we want to do. If we want to be healthy,
right.
It's my job to hold her accountable to that. Vice versa.
Right.
The different goals we have in the next 5 years. Are we staying on the course of that? Are we
like,
staying
this
on
is
track?
the plan.
You know what I'm saying?
Have we completed the goals of year 1? What is year 2 projections? Are we? How is year 2 going? You know what I mean? Like, this next year will be 3 years of being married of our 5-year plan. So it's like, are we on target for all the things? Like, the things that we want to do are so big and things that generations of our family haven't done in a while. So it's like, we have to be in the mindset that, yes, this is love, but this is also a business. Like, this should be your best business partner. This should be your best friend. This should be your best everything. Like,
and it's a lot that goes into it just because of me personally. I've seen my dad. He's been married 4 times. My mom has been married twice, but only to my dad. But she hasn't been married in over 20 years. So I've seen.
You said married twice. She's
married
twice to my dad. My dad's
married,
been married,
divorced, got back together.
My dad's been married twice to my mother, and twice to 2 other women.
Gotcha.
So I've seen how those things work. You know what I'm saying? So through that, you know, you don't want to waste that other person's time. Like, that's what I've learned from those 2 things is like, okay, if you love this person, then you want to make the best of this time that y'all have together. So we came up with the agreement, that 5-year agreement, based off of like how we were treated. Well, not treated, but just how we were raised in those different marriages that we saw growing up. So that kind of that helped, you know, shape this whole concept. So
that's good. I think that's really healthy. Like you said, just holding each other accountable and just having something built in.
Right.
And I think it helps, like y'all said, with that progression, right? Like 5 years, like
not being stagnant.
Because you don't want to be that 10-year couple, 20-year couple, and they're like, why are you getting divorced 20 years later? Why are you getting divorced?
Or why are we still in the same spot?
Like, and nothing happened, or
that's
you
facts,
know, that was part of the reason I moved to Atlanta. I was like, I don't want to have any regrets in life. Whatever that experience was, I knew I needed to have it.
Yeah.
And I never want to be in a position, or for him to be in a position where we look back at any amount of time and think, damn, I didn't get to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like,
and it was my fault. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I didn't do my part.
Yeah.
I didn't do my part in holding her accountable to whatever she wanted to do.
Like, why did you let me gain 50 pounds? Or why did you you know what I mean? This is the person you wake up and see every day.
Yeah.
Like, who better besides yourself is going to hold you accountable besides your partner? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because do they really care if they're going to let all the, you know what I mean? Like, that's how we kind of look at it.
Yeah, after every five, if everything's looking good, we renew it like a basketball contract.
And it's not, you know what I mean?
Oh,
it's
so
not
like vow renewal type situation.
Yeah,
Oh,
like we plan in 5 years to have like another like a big wedding, big reception ceremony. And it's not like 5 years you get divorced. But it's more like, you know, talk about what's going on and see how we can fix it. Is there a timetable we need to put things on to see change to hold that person accountable? Like, you need to change XYZ in this amount of time.
What are we doing next in this next 5?
Because the goal is to stay together.
Exactly.
I love that.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of where we're at with and how we view our marriage. I'll say that, and not marriage in general. Because everybody's is different, and I feel like a lot of couples need to give people grace in that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's thing is different.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
Right.
Totally, it's not mine's to care.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know
exactly,
what I mean?
exactly. And don't make them any less married, any of that.
Any of that.
It's
you
their
know
life.
What I mean? Right.
So how's parenting been? I mean, we kind of haven't really even got into that.
Yeah.
Like, have y'all?
Oh yeah, he's
good. Y'all on the same page? Everything, all of that. He's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think in the beginning,
that's some of the easy. That's the easy stuff. He makes everything. You know, Ari makes everything
easygoing kid.
Easy.
Yeah.
Aww.
He makes everything easy.
Yeah.
I would say
everything.
Even when we brought him home, I remember because we were still in the apartment. Ray had moved out, and we weren't going to get a new apartment until like the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're still in the lease.
Yeah, we were still in that lease, and I remember the night that I got induced, and the night before I got induced, I was like up all night bouncing on that little pregnancy ball.
Yeah.
And he woke up and he was like, "Why are you bouncing on this ball?" And I'm like,
it's like 4 a.m.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like uncomfortable. I can't sleep. I was like, but I don't know if these are contractions. I'm like, they're not excruciating pain. Like, it's fine. So that day, I think I got some discharge. I'm like, okay, let's go to the hospital and see if like my water broke. And they're like, no, your water hasn't broke yet. Like, just come back at 9 for your induction. I was like, okay. And I did get an epidural. I was very much like, I'm gonna have this natural birth in the hospital. Like, no. The pain was no. Like I was crying and everything. But after I had the epidural, I was chilling. Like I had a really great birthing experience. I'll say that. Yeah,
she popped the baby out in like 35 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't.
Pretty good.
I was probably in labor for like 16-ish hours. But when it was time to push, it was like 30 minutes or less. Like he was ready to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, like he's a great dad. Like he's a great partner in that. Like if I told him what I needed, like he would do his best to do it. Like we had found a routine because he was only off a month when Ari was born. So, and our apartment was small at that time.
That played a role in me becoming self-employed too.
Yeah.
Just not being able to be home and just control my time like I wanted to.
Yeah.
That played a big role in me making that decision too.
He would sleep in the room, and then I would take a shift and be with Ari in the living room, and then an alarm would go off, and then we'd switch so I could sleep, and then he would take him, and then if he had to go to work, he would go to work, and then I would be with him like all day. So like I was off of work for like 3 months or so, and then after that I got like more time off, and then he went and got self-employed.
Pretty much, because we saw that time coming. We was like,
this ain't gonna work. I'm working a lot.
It's like, it was almost talks. You remember, it was like talks of COVID. This is like, it was talks of it. Yeah. So I left my job 2020 February. Yeah. And the pandemic hit March. Yep. Yeah. So it was talks of it happening, but that definitely played a big role in me starting that journey, like just being able to be home, you know, spend time with my kid, really. I saw she was going back to work, so, you know. And
we didn't have good, like, a great, like, child care system, like family-wise, like, once the pandemic started, like, my aunt who was watching him couldn't anymore because they had pre-existing health conditions, and they were very much scared of COVID, and so that was, like, a whole thing.
My grandparents were older. They were nervous, so they was like, and we got a newborn baby, so we didn't really want to keep them around a lot of people.
Daycare and stuff, and so, I'm like, well, something's got to give. And it just worked out. It was the thing, like, thankfully.
My job was, I mean, it was flexible. Like, I can go... Pretty much, I was a roofing contractor, so you just go to a different area. You pick what time you want to work, and you go knock on as many doors as you can. Go see if they got had an inspection. Do all that. After I'm done with that, and I can just go back home. After that, I mean.
It's pretty laid back. Like, and if it was days people couldn't watch them, you just wouldn't do roofing that day. You could keep them. So that was the nice part of it. And I think what was fun in the newborn journey was like even like the breastfeeding journey of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like he bought me my first breast pump. I was like, this is not working. I need you to go get that electric one. I need two. And then that one broke. I'm like, go get another one. Like, so just that part of like navigating all the newness of having a baby was fun.
Did y'all have any like different parenting styles that kind of caused y'all to butt heads, or were y'all always on the same page when it came to how y'all wanted to raise Ari?
I feel like same page. Like he would pretty much let me like mother.
Yeah. Now I would say we're getting used to. We got to spank him now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Just more discipline.
Yeah.
Like,
just more discipline.
Yeah,
just spank his head. You know what I'm saying?
Little taps. Yeah.
Just because he's so smart. He's getting more aware and conscious of what's going on and able to like talk back and just being rebellious 2-year-old. I'm just like, you know what you're doing, boy.
No one look telling us no.
Right.
No, mama.
No. He waved his finger. No.
We don't want to whoop him, but you know what I'm saying. You got to.
You
gotta discipline.
Gotta show discipline.
Gotta show discipline.
Yeah, that's for sure. So that's kind of where we're at now, like with Ari. He just had his. I was there, his second birthday party, so like that was fun. I don't think there's really been anything that crazy that's like happened since then. Like after I lost my job from Girl Scouts in 2020.
Yeah, I had to take on more work. So if y'all saw us starting new businesses, that was because of that.
We need more money. We need more cash flow coming in.
You know what I'm saying? She can stay home. You know what I'm saying? That means I can take on more of the load. So that's just how we was rocking until,
just recently, honestly.
Yeah,
like the past year. Just recent, like September recently. Like,
we was working hard.
Working
hard.
That's beautiful. You gotta hold it down.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Like we always say, like it ain't always 50-50. You know what I mean? Somebody
gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta hold your weight. So for sure.
So do y'all have any advice, like from y'all's experience, that y'all would give to other couples?
I'm gonna let you go first.
I'm like, I gotta think about it.
Even if it's something y'all learned in therapy that y'all want to share.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, because I love the 5-year contract idea. I can't wait to talk to Jeremy about that, because we work towards goals, but we don't have, like, let's revisit every 5 years. And I think that's important to
every 5.
make sure you grow.
It's really, I mean, me and her, we was being lenient. At first, we was like, all right, every 1.
Right.
We had to review every 1. But a lot of shit has happened in the last 2 years. So we was like, okay, every 5.
Right. Yeah.
Every 5 we'll review whatever's going on in our life. So what I would say is just hold your, if you have goals and you got shit that you want to do just on your own as a person, as that significant other for that person, be that support system, and just continue to just hold them accountable to what they want to do. That's a form of love to me. So that would be my 2 cents on that. Just hold that person accountable to whatever they want to do, and even if they got them dog days, you know what I'm saying. She got her dog days where she don't want to do yoga, or she don't want to work out. You know what I'm saying. But I gotta be an example for her. I gotta get up and go run. You know what I'm saying. So she can see that I'm right here with her. You know what I'm saying. So
for sure. And I think
that's
too. I would
just
say,
be account. Just hold your person accountable to like what y'all want to do, like as a family. You know what I'm saying. Don't waver on that.
Don't waver. But definitely, I think something that he's taught me too is to give each other grace in that process, because we're so young in this that.
She's 25.
He's given me the space to figure out who I am within all of this, and I'm so grateful for that. Like, letting me do whatever he feels like that I need to do, like for me to bring back and to give to our family, and not holding us in the construct of this is what a wife does, this is what a husband does. We're very much not like strict gender roles and stuff like that. So that I appreciate, and like giving your person the space to grow individually, because we're still our own people. Like, yes, you're married and you become one, but it takes 2 to become 1. So like giving each other space to do that, I think is super important, and I really appreciate that about him, that like he lets me be my own person. Like there's nothing I do that he's like, you don't need to do that. Like he doesn't act like my dad. And I love that. And I would say a piece of advice though besides that is, one thing we learned early in our relationship is to say thank you. Thank you for the little stuff. Like bringing home some groceries, thank you. Cleaning up the kitchen after I got home, thank you. Like I really appreciate it.
Information.
I love some good thank yous.
Love it.
Like I just need to know you signed.
Love it.
and you appreciate what was happening. But thank you goes a long way.
Yes.
Right. I would say
she
that.
loved that. She loved affirmations. I can say that. Sure.
So real quick, since you brought up affirmations, is that your love language, Kelsey?
Yes.
Words of affirmation?
Words of affirmations. Yes. You crazy. And what's another one? I think now quality time. Because we are working more now that he's gone back to the bank and stuff. So like even when we're with Ari now, when we're all together, don't have nothing to do, like you posted. Yes. I live for that. And I'm like, man, I love y'all.
What's your love languages?
I'm gonna say quality time, and I'm gonna say acts of service.
Sound about right.
Yep. Acts of service. Show me you love me.
Right. Let me
show some of that sweat equity.
Show me you love me.
Put the work in.
He's funny.
Show me you love me with the quality time.
Go hand
in hand.
No, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm with that.
You think about it now, like, go home and get on the max.
Right? Clean up for your boy.
Yeah.
Something.
But we love to have fun. And that's what I think is what I love about our relationship is like we met at a party. We used to party together.
We still got that energy.
Like y'all want to turn up? Like, you know what I mean? Like we just love to have a good time. And I think keeping it light, keeping it fun. You know, like we young, y'all. Like we still all in our 20s.
I be feeling old though. I can't lie.
Feeling that, and it's like we gotta shake that. Like
that's facts.
We only gonna be doing this one time. Like let's turn the fuck up. We still only got one
kid.
Let's do it. Before we had another one.
If there's another one. I don't know. I can do that again. No, I'm just playing.
No, I feel that sometimes. I'm like, 3 kids sounds nice, but 3 pregnancies.
You know, I be thinking we'll
probably do one more.
When it be me and Jeremy and Noah, I be like, this is cool.
Right.
Like, I know y'all. We good. We vibing.
Why bring another stranger in?
Then we gotta get to know.
Do you like your little brother?
Whole nother roommate. We good with this setup.
Relationships. Like, we good. We good.
She getting the body snatched back up.
And that's one thing I've been thinking about too. Like, okay, if we're gonna have another baby, let's do it soon. Because if I get back on
all the way, if you give me another year to get this right and tight, I'm not gonna.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it again, but if it happens, it happens. Like I'm not like I have ideas of like, oh, I want another baby, but then other times I'm like, nah, I don't want
that. I thought I was pregnant last week. I said,
not last week.
Yep,
just last week.
Just had a pregnancy scare. Just had one.
I had a stomach bug, and I was like, I'm throwing up.
She was throwing up crazy. She was throwing up crazy last week.
It's a stomach bug that's been going around.
Success not, but I was like, no, I'm not ready.
But I said, you sure drink all that champagne.
Check it back, and I was like, I'm a little thirsty. I could take another.
We got some more. But before y'all get out of here, can y'all tell the people like where to reach y'all, what y'all got going on? Kelsey does yoga. Roosevelt got you do roofing still or no?
I'm transitioning. Yeah, I'm transitioning out of it, so I'm doing lawn care still. I got a bunch of different stuff going on next year, so I'm trying to hold off.
Okay, hold off. It's okay.
Hold off. I got some stuff coming. We doing the collab finally.
Yeah, with Warrior Athletics.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
So we're gonna do that.
We're revamping a lot of things.
Yeah, we're gonna revamp some things. We got some different things. I manage my brother.
Okay,
that's an artist.
Put his name out there.
Yeah, put it out. Drop it out. Tell the people where they can find them.
Find Sunray at SONRAE.
Okay.
Go listen to his music.
It's dope.
He's got really good music. What else I got going on? Lawn care business that's going to get scaled to where I don't have to do it by myself next year. Smart. So that's going to be that'll be my plan for next year, and then some other stuff.
Okay.
I'll release that later on next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have a women's athletic wear line, Warrior Athletics. So that's what he was talking about. We want to do a collab next year. So there'll be some men's apparel, and we want to revamp that. And I am a yoga teacher, so you can follow me at infinite_light_warrior, which that at name might change to Infinite Light Yoga because I will be releasing my virtual program in January.
Come on, yes.
Doing the photo shoot next week, so I'm really excited. So yeah, it'll be a virtual platform. I'll be teaching. I'll have live and on-demand content. When you do sign up on the email list and you do subscribe to our membership, you will get a welcome package.
Okay.
So that welcome package will come with a curated tee by myself,
Come on.
a mug. You'll get an Infinite Light Yoga t-shirt, a hand-picked crystal by myself, and some affirmation cards. Affirmations that I say to myself. So everything is infinite. Work with the number 8. So that's what I got on my wrist that he got me. But so those are some of the things we got going.
She good at it.
She is. Yes, we're gonna have to add if y'all have any links or because he can cut this, but it'll come out in January anyway.
Cool, perfect.
So we can add links for y'all to the description and get on it. I love that. Well, we definitely appreciate y'all coming to share y'all's love story.
Thank you.
I feel like we've learned so much about y'all that we didn't even know, even though we've been cool for quite some time. So we definitely appreciate y'all sharing that.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate
you had a wild little journey.
Yeah,
it's been a ride.
I knew y'all like to have fun, but now I know y'all like to have fun, especially seeing how y'all met. That's funny.
So, yeah.
All
but
right.
Other than that,
I guess we'll let that ride.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.